Now that Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is out in theaters, a lot of fans are very curious and interested about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie just crossed $1 billion at the box office. Now, this box office, of course, worldwide speaking, is similar to what the Joker made at the box office worldwide, is that it crossed $1 billion. It seems like The Rise of Skywalker is going to sit around there, and it's not really going to get much more, and it may not even beat The Last Jedi's box office. And a lot of people are perceiving that this movie is a failure, or that this movie really didn't do too well at the box office. And I will say that this movie was decent. I thought it was a decent Star Wars film with a lot of flaws, but I still believe it did somewhat just okay at the box office. Do I think it could have done so much better? Absolutely. I think a lot of this had to do with the fact that a lot of the Palpatine scenes were cut from the film, how the film felt very convoluted at times, and I think that there were less repeat viewings, to be honest. Myself, personally, I only saw the movie twice. The Force Awakens, I saw like 5 or 6 times. And I think we're in a time right now where Star Wars fans aren't really seeing the movies as much as far as how many times they see it in a row, or how many times they actually see it in total. So, with that being said, a lot of fans are very interested about exactly what Disney and Lucasfilm have in store for the 4th Star Wars trilogy of films that won't really rely on the Skywalkers at all. Now, on top of all of this, it's explained that both Disney and Lucasfilm are currently developing their new Star Wars universe, also known as their new expanded universe, that will fill in the gaps of the Skywalker saga and everything that comes before and after it in order to tell new stories and tales of familiar and new characters as well. Now, it's noted that one of their main priorities right now is the new Star Wars trilogy that they are currently developing, and that Lucasfilm is looking for a way to connect these 3 new Star Wars films in a unique way and unexpected way for fans by breaking the rules for the trilogy format. It's explained that Disney and Lucasfilm are in negotiations of creating a format of this trilogy that will break the rules of the Star Wars trilogy format, where each and every movie will go backward in time, with each movie exploring a different era, with some of the same characters that will interconnect with the films. This is a concept that is being worked on for the new trilogy, and that they are looking for each movie to either go backward in time, or for each film to explore a different era of the Star Wars franchise. This is something that Disney has never done with the trilogy of a large franchise, and is said to be something unique for Star Wars as a whole, for the fan base and the Star Wars community. However, they are also looking into the fan base and the Star Wars community for the idea of each movie going forward, throughout each time, with each film exploring a different era of Star Wars that all takes place many years before the events of The Phantom Menace, with brand new characters, yet familiar planets and locations still, that are associated with the Skywalker saga and even the Clone Wars. So, the thing about Star Wars right now is that a lot of fans are very much interested exactly what they have in store for Disney Plus when it comes to live-action TV series and animated shows, as well as the theatrical releases, right? The movies we're talking about. And obviously, I'm more excited about the movies because, hey, to me, Star Wars is movies. That's really what it is. Star Wars really are in the form of movies. That's what I really grew up with, and that's what I like about Star Wars. And that's exactly what I feel Disney and Lucasfilm should be focusing on, primarily speaking here. But I'm not saying that Disney Plus is a bad thing. I think that The Mandalorian is great. I'm very pumped for the Clone Wars Season 7. I'm very excited about the Kenobi TV series and everything else that they have currently planned. Now, as far as them breaking the rules of the trilogy format, alright, this is them breaking the rules of the trilogy format, where they either want to go backward in time, exploring a different era, where each movie would actually go back some years, give or take. We're talking about a good chunk, not 1 or 2 years or 10 years. We're talking about a lot of years, like maybe 50, 60, or 100 years or so. Or they want to go forward in time, where each and every movie skips to a different era. So we could be going from the Old Republic to the High Republic to different eras of the franchise that we have never seen before, by, of course, Disney and Lucasfilm. And that's exactly what they want to do, is that they want to break the rules of the trilogy format for these 3 new Star Wars movies that are coming out throughout this entire decade, that's going to really reshape the Star Wars franchise and exactly how we perceive Star Wars as a whole, and really how it really all comes together. So, the other thing that I do want to discuss here real quick is that the new franchise, like I say, the good thing about this new Star Wars, trilogy, these new series of films, is that it's not going to rely on the Skywalkers or nostalgia per se. Now, of course, it's going to have connections to the Skywalker saga in a sense where they're said to be talking more about the Chosen One prophecy, and they're going to even try to bring back Yoda somehow, some way, and that they're also looking into bring back many of the iconic worlds, like Coruscant, Naboo, and stuff around those lines, right? So, with that being said, I think that this new trilogy has great potential, and I cannot wait to see exactly what we have in store in the near future. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.